Oh my god. What happened to Excalibur? I can't believe it. I can't believe it. Did Nintendo cook, ladies and gentlemen, with the 3 weeks after release instant DLC trailer to keep everybody locked in and consuming more Pokemon? They might have. They might have. Anyways, new trailer dropped. New Megas. OTW. With Mega Dimensions. It's about to be hype. Anyways, there really is only one important thing, and it's not Baxcalibur. There's only one important guy here. All right, and it's this guy right here. This is crazy. You know I'm a Chimecho enjoyer. You know Emerald Rogue, man. Elite Redux. Poke Rogue. You know I made the mouse work every time. Let's fucking go. Why does Mega Bax look like that? He looked like a oh. What move is that? What move is that? Who told him to move like that on the dance floor? Who told him to slice through? Oh my, yo, he's getting a new sword move. I'm telling you right now, that's a new sword move on the way. Nah. They're making Glaive Rush 2. They're making Glaive Rush 2 for him. Holy shit. This is pretty amazing stuff. Thank you so much, Pokemon, for the opportunity. Wait, so this comes out December 10th. Oh, so this comes out pretty soon. You know, people were saying that this wasn't going to drop until February or January or whatever the fuck, but wow. So that means this game comes out not even 2 months after the game release. That's pretty good. Blunder, you do not have to play this? No shit. I got 5 hours in ZA lifetime. I'm not buying this. But those new megas though, you know I'm locked in. You know, I thought February we were gonna have to wait to. You know what that means? The Legend of ZA Return Tournament, the Reloaded Spinback Tournament with the new megas. Oh my goodness. Anyways, at least now we know that the data mined list of megas that we were looking at the other day is 100% true. Seeing as Chimecho and Baxcalibur were both present on that list. I need to go back and see Baxcalibur's design again. Chimecho's we got a good look at, but I gotta see Bax. I gotta see Bax again. Yo, what's this guy on, bro? It doesn't look like too much. Did he get like taller and skinnier? Like, what is this? It's pretty tough though. Bax with 700 BST sounds impossible to balance. Does that shit not seem like the strongest Pokemon ever invented? I feel like that shit is up there for strongest dude ever invented. 700 BST Ice Dragon, because he's moving like Kyurem in them at this point. All the super Kyurem forms. That's how he's moving at this point. Remember what they did to D-Knight? D-Knight is only bad because we know it's going to get the ability Healer, which I already called many moons ago. And that's on me. But I mean, they could make it a special attacker. That would fit on some Game Freak type shit. Kaiju Pokemon is still 5'9" when it Mega Evolves. SMH, stop hating. Stop hating on big body Bax. 190 attack plus Dragon's Maw incoming. Bax would not be a special attacker. You can't say that though. They like to switch it up. They like to do bullshit. They love to do bullshit. I saw an HD pic of Bax posted, or just a better pic of mine on Twitter. But overall, this is pretty dope. I'm more interested though in Chimecho, obviously, because Chimecho's a piece of shit, and I like piece of shit Pokemon getting megas more than I like good Pokemon getting megas. What's good with Chimecho? You think it's gonna be a lore Pokemon, or you think they just gave it a tough design just to do it? As far as designs go, this is one of my favorite designs. That they've given a new mega. I like all the little mini Chimechos hanging different colors type shit. Chimecho has 0 BST. He's going to be trash, sadly. Actually, you're wrong. It has less than 0 BST. I actually looked up Chimecho's BST on stream, and I fell to my knees. That shit was so bad. They're gonna have to dual type this guy on some G shit. Otherwise, it's not gonna work. Chimecho gonna learn population bomb, but pink. Wait, you might be cooking. You might be cooking with all these little dudes. You know, all these little dudes chilling. There might be some multi-hit attack. Pokemon likes that little dudes shit. The same way Phalanx is. Official website is updated. What does that mean? Does that mean that they have the typings and all that posted? If so, I'll tap in. Link me that if so. I'm pretty impressed though with the Chimecho Mega. I'm not gonna lie. I feel like Chimecho is a pretty made fun of Pokemon. Made fun of in the sense that nobody knows who that guy fucking is. So nobody really would have taken it seriously as a Mega. Bax do look, he looks sharp. He looks too sharp. My bars be sharp. Oh my goodness. No, he actually looks too sharp. I'm not gonna hold you. Are we rocking the Mega Bax? What do we think about this design? I'm happy that this shit comes out December 10th. That's actually mad soon. That's pretty hype shit. Can't they give Chimecho the Sableye treatment to make it viable? Plus, it's gonna have a 555 BST, so it'll be alright. I mean, maybe. Pure Psychic is like an okay typing. It's not the end of the world, but you need to have a lot of other good shit going for you to win. Bax gonna cook the Legend of Za tournament. Wait till next month when we find out Mega Bax's stats and shit. It's actually over. I can't believe this is coming out December 10th. That's so fucking hype, bro. That's too hype, honestly. I really thought they were gonna drag it out, but this is pretty hype. Mega Chimecho is Steel Psychic. That's confirmed. That's tough. Wait, it's over. That Mega Launcher Flash Cannon, though. It's over. Shout out Noguard. Damn, they giving a Mega to anyone now? Can we get a Love Disc Mega? No, they literally are giving a Mega to anyone now, seeing as we're gonna have 100 Megas by the end of XY Dimensions or whatever, probably. Will Bax be in tournament since it's banned? I mean, when XY Dimensions comes out, if I host another Legend of Zod tournament, then yeah, of course, I'll allow the big body Bax just to see. Other Megas will be around too to handle him. Wow. I'm actually really hyped that Chimecho is Steel Psychic. That's pretty cool. Cause I knew as a pure Psychic it couldn't last. It would never last. I'm gonna just use regular Bax plus a Mega. I think that's what a lot of people are gonna end up doing. How can you blame them? Bax is already broken. That's the same thing that happened with Dragonite. Everybody's thinking that regular Dragonite is just better. I think that's gonna probably be the case with Bax too. But of course, it depends on where they put the stats. It really depends on where they put the stats. If I go to my Showdown Team Builder and I show you what Bax looks like, some of you probably forgot how fucked up this Pokemon is. Like, all of Baxcalibur's stats are perfect, except for special attack, which you're not going to use. But the speed stat is perfect. The defenses are good because the HP is good. Ice is bad defensively, but it doesn't matter. Ability's broken too, because you can't be burned and it raises your attack. It has Earthquake, Glaive Rush, Icicle Crash. These are all busted physical moves. This shit's cheap. It's like super cheap. There's a reason it got banned. And I'm telling you, it was broken far before that Scale Shot bullshit. It was way broken before that. In any case, this is gonna be nasty. They'll make the DLC Megas better than in the base game because you got to pay more. You think that's gonna be the case? Do they care like that? It's more about the visuals, I thought, and like the power of friendship with Pokemon. I feel like just because you're paying for DLC, they're not gonna make the mons better. I hope you're right though. It's not like I want bad mons. I want better mons. Mega Bax with 180 attack and Slush Rush. That's gonna happen, bro. They kept this thing Ice Dragon, right? There's no way they could change this piece of shit's type. That doesn't even make sense. It's an iconic Ice Dragon. Even if we have other Ice Dragons, it's an iconic Ice Dragon. Alright, let's take a look at the XY Dimensions website. Purchase now? No, bitch. Alright. There's more to discover in Lumiose City. Type shit. Okay. Hoopa. They need... Oh, wow. They got the... Yo. Bax. Jays. Oh, he only like 2 inches shorter than me. That's what's up. Thanks to Mega Evolution, the Pokemon now generates more ice energy, and the massive blade on its back has grown larger still. Baxcalibur can use the blade's sheer weight to cleave practically anything in half or smash it to bits. Bro, this thing is gonna get sharpness and the newly constructed Ice Blade. That shit is definitely getting Icecalibur, and it's gonna be the strongest move of all time. I'm telling you right now. Invest. Yo, the design is sick. Now that I can see like a better render of it on the website, shit's too tough. Shit's actually too fucking crazy. Is this shit not gonna get sharpness and smoke everybody? Oh my god, shout out to the GOAT Micro with the fucking Giga 20 bomb gifted. Let me see some W's in the chat. Let me see some Mr. Cross in the chat. Major shout outs to GOAT Micro. Make sure you thank Micro if you got gifted a member. Plus 20 is crazy. We're going back up to 800. I need to see the Cross in the chat if you got membered up. I need to see the representation. Gen 9.5, Gen 10, whatever we want to call this new Megas metagame, it's getting hype. It's getting super hype. Most shocking part about this to me is December 10th rollout. They cooked. I really thought we were going to have to wait till February. Get ready. It's going to be massive information dropping. Boom, boom, boom. I think next year will just be a lot of leaks about what's planned for 2026, because we know Gen 10 comes out next year. I'm trying to think if like all this stuff is coming out faster than maybe it was originally planned because of leaks and stuff like that. I don't know. This stuff, I mean, the XY Dimensions list of megas was already leaked a while ago, but I don't know, because I really didn't expect this to come out before the end of the year, but I'm obviously very hyped. And then yeah, Champions, hopefully Champions comes out. Was Bax even in the doc? Yeah, they have all of these. All XY Dimensions Pokemon have been data mined. They found it when the game dropped. When ZA came out, people who were data mining it were able to find the DLC who's dropping. Was Chimecho in docs? Yes. I streamed a couple days ago and we talked about both of these Pokemon, Bax and Chimecho, and how they were getting a Mega. I'm just really glad that Gen 9 Pokemon are getting Mega Evolutions. I really wanted that. Because obviously when Mega Evolution first got revealed in Generation 6, we didn't have too many Gen 6 Megas, right? We had Audino, which is like, what's good, bro? And Diancie, I guess. Is Audino Gen 5 or Gen 6? Shit's Gen 6, no? I don't remember. He doesn't look that fat. Pray for his speed. He looks super skinny and sharp, right? Diancie was the only one? Okay. Yeah. So I'm happy that we're going to get actual Gen 9 Megas, because I don't like the new stuff not getting anything. But Bax getting a Mega is like, bro, this is crazy greed. You know, a lot of people say, dude, Dragonite was always good. Why did Dragonite get a Mega? First off, Dragonite was not always good. Alright? There was some periods where he was mid. Second, Dragonite put in the time. Dragonite's been in this bitch since Gen 1. Bax pulled up for one generation, was absurdly broken, and got banned. Why would Bax deserve a Mega Evolution as a result of that? That's an offensive career. You don't deserve a Mega for that. But here we are. We need Mega Hydreigon, Arch, Komodo, and Pult to round out the pseudos. I thought Mega Pult was more likely than any other pseudo. Mega Hydreigon I would have really wanted, but I don't know if people love Hydreigon the way I love Hydreigon. I mean, obviously Hydreigon has a lot of fans. He's super tough. Dark Dragon is an awesome typing, but the other pseudo legendaries always kinda, they took like the forefront. You saw the level 164 Mon? What? What are you talking about, bro? Oh, they have another reveal on the 19th. I just read. Another reveal on the 19th for a Pokemon. That's what's up. Oh, this is exciting shit. Alright, so Bax we know stays Ice Dragon, and he's looking mad skinny and mad sharp. Go back to the trailer and look at the numbers. Okay. Let's take a look. Okay. Where are the levels? Wait, what the fuck? Hey, yo. Yo, I started coughing, wheezing. I was like, bro, what? No, bro, they're actually going full ROM hack. Wow. What the fuck? Surely this has to be like an in-game versus an NPC type thing. No fucking way Mons are going above level 100. Nah, that can never. If they do that, it's over. We have to find a new game. You think I'm dealing with Mons going to 500 base stat? You must be out of your goddamn mind. Wait, bro, I'm looking at some bullshit right now. What is this? Bro, what is this? Dude, this is not the future I want. We need another government shutdown until this is figured out. Help! 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 Who do I gotta hit up to fix this? Whatever, this is whack now. I'm gonna be honest. And my friends have been glazing chess like crazy. It's time for my lane switch. Cause this is over. You know how many years I spent getting head calcs down to a science? And now my head calcs are genius. And now people are gonna tell me, oh, but did you consider the possibility of level 200 Chimecho with 730 HP? How about you go fuck yourself? That's not Pokemon. Boo! This shit better not be real. I even held my tongue when they invented switch up your own typing at will, the ultimate LARP. But now we got, bruh. I got half a mind to make a hit video. Is this the end of Pokemon as we know it? The level 200 problem. ... But yeah, this has to be a Legend of ZA thing. Surely. 30 years of this shit, there's no chance. There's no chance they've now decided, fuck it. Level 100 was not enough. What we really need is level 157. This is obviously for ZA. Just based on the ZA battling mechanic and all that shit. I don't know. Maybe I'm coping. And the more I say it, I'm trying to convince myself that that this is a Legend ZA specific. But this is top 10 Nightmare Fuel screenshots. If you showed me this yesterday, I would have banned you from the stream and gone on with my day and been angry that you showed me this. But like if you said that this was on 4chan yesterday as a leak, I'd be like, nice meme. Shit's stupid. Level 157. This is the most unbelievable thing they could have ever done. Going above level 100 is impossible for me to even conceptualize. Shout out Pyrotic Blaziken. They out here eating the JC Penney ceviche. They out here eating the AutoZone shrimp, bro. That's the only way that they could ever cook this up. Wow. Guys, do we like level 200? Or do we think this is an abomination to Pokemon? What have we decided? What have we decided? Personally, I'm not on board with this at all, but I do think it's only for ZA, so I'm not tripping. Shout out to Fish. Can't wait for Blissey to get 2 Chansilian HP. I still can't get over 157. It's not even like this is a modest level. Like 115 or a little 120. Even 142 was crazy, but 157? Bruh. What's good? This is crazy stuff. Joe Biden would have never let this happen. You're right. There's just no chance. I might have to I might have to step in and run for office if this is the shit that we're dealing with now. Talking about Baxcalibur at level 167. Baxcalibur should... First of all, Baxcalibur shouldn't even be allowed to get to level 100, given how broken it is in base. Now you're talking about some level 165 Bax. Level 150 Aurorus with the red glowing eyes. Oh, nah. He said, Embor, come back, you're pussy. Wow. I am truly stunned at what we're being exposed to today. Because I don't even want to call this a reveal. This is something we were exposed to against our will. Level inflation. Level 157 Chimecho. Oh, no. No, Game Freak. It ain't gonna fly. Not with my guys. Nope. And no, you're telling me we got level 200 Pokemon before Mega Flygon. Matter of fact, I'm about to tweet that right now. This is a fucking travesty. Mega Bax going straight to Ubers. Shout out to D-Coats. What's good, big homie? And yes, that shit is going beyond Ubers. 700 BST, it's not possible. It's just not possible. Ice Dragon is also historically overpowered. With levels like that, Mega Chime might just be viable. Is this their new cope? They're just telling people, hey, it doesn't matter if your favorite Pokemon is a piece of shit. With our new pill, you can go to level 199. Is that the shit that they're on? I can't believe it. Wait, does she have every Mega Stone on her fit? Who is she in the lore? I didn't get too far in ZA. Is she rocking every Mega Stone? Is she like the boss? What is this? Some tough ass shit. She gives you your first Mega and X and Y. Copy. Alright, Bax is about to do that shit. Bax is about to slice up that guy. They had to go away from Chimecho real quick because what Baxcalibur did was so much more shice than Chimecho's little flash cannon that they instantly had to go on to the starters. After that, they were like, nobody can match what Bax just did. This is crazy. He sliced the shit out of Golurkio. That was Boomburst. Show some respect. You guys are coping. You guys are absolutely coping, and we know that. And I don't hate y'all for it, but we know that this is cope. We know this is cope. We know this is cope. It's revealed as Boomburst. Wait, where? I'm coping? Nah, don't do that. Where was it revealed? Did I not see? Did it show like actual gameplay? It said it in the trailer? You guys think it's gonna have a Psychic 8 ability? In the other trailer. Oh yeah, there's a couple of trailers, right? Is it time for Steelinate? Wait. Oh my goodness. Everything is changing. Alright, let's take a look at this piece of shit. Because when I was looking at the leaked Megas list, I was trying to defend Chimecho, and everybody was like, Blunder, go fuck yourself. Chimecho is terrible. And I was like, alright, my bad. But I really tried to shill him. Damn, this is a fucking work of art, though. This is terrible. Sheesh. This is really bad, ladies and gentlemen. But being a Steel Psychic is pretty nice. But man. But yeah, any Pokemon getting a Steel type is automatically viable as a result. Even the shittiest Steel type is still kind of good in whatever tier it's in because it's a Steel type. So I mean, they're going to give it a special attack boost because that's its highest stat, and because the design made that guy look like he'd be throwing out attacks. Also, if you click Boom Burst, you can't not have some type of special attack. You know what I mean? It just goes against the idea of Boom Bursting. Why are you weak and clicking Boom Burst? One of the trailers showed Ice Hammer and Bax's moveset. Oh yeah? Contrary confirmed? Contrary Bax with the Glaive Rush Ice Hammer? Oh, I'm tapped in. Rillaboom has Boom Burst? Alright, let me look up who has Boom Burst. You know, they don't be giving this move out like that. They be giving it to some frauds. Who the fuck is Chromera? Oh my goodness. This guy's got nice stats though. He deserves a mega. Alright, Chimecho has a Steel Psychic though. It's tough, man. Especially when we got real killers like Metagross. You assume level 200, but it might go to 999. Don't do that. Don't do that. You're right. I did only assume level 200. What if that shit does go to 999? Fuck out of here. Fuck out of here. That shit is not going to 999. No, fuck out of here. Matter of fact, I'm going on Polymarket right now, opening up a bet. Is it going past level 200? Bet now. It's time. It's actually over, bro. It's actually over, bro. Level 999 Nihilite versus... Yo, mans are actually gonna pull up with the level 999 hack Arceus. Pokemon has no idea what they've done with this. I still can't get over this being a real screenshot. Bro, this looks like... This looks like something you would see in the most obvious fake leak ever. Like, this cannot be real. You can't be level 157. Also, hitting 451 HP at level 157 is super shameful. We got dudes at level 100 that hit like 440 HP. What are you doing with 57 levels above that and only then matching it? They really want to be on that Pokerogue shit. And I can't hate on them. Genius game. Chill on Chimecho, you know he the real deal? Do I? Who knows that? Baxcaliburite is something you'll apparently only get via ranked. That makes sense. I saw a tweet from what's that guy? Riddler Koo, and he said that it's gonna be like some season 4 ranked stone or something like that. I think that's what I read. But yeah, of course they gotta put some of these behind the ZA ranked shit or whatever, so they can make you work towards getting it. Chimecho's a real piece of trash though, stats wise. It getting a steel type and you guys telling me that it boom bursts though is a completely different story, and there might be something we can do that makes this piece of trash serviceable, but I'm not gonna cross my fingers. Everybody gangsta till Psychic 8 Boom Burst Chimecho pulls up. Yup. It's gonna have Steely 8 or Steelin 8. No, it's Steel Worker, right? Why can't it have Steel Worker? Why can't it have Steel Worker? Who has Steel Worker? Is it only Oh, it's only Delmice? Alright, never mind. What about Berserker? Doesn't that shit have it? Or that's Steely Spirit? Why do they have two different like weird steel abilities? Why do they do that? Liquid Voice but gray? You know, I don't mind Liquid Voice but gray. The steel type Psy Noise and all that. Oh right, Steelworker doesn't change moves to steel. It just gives you 1.5. I'm thinking of the does this thing not get Flash Cannon? Yo, this thing's moves are terrible. Is this gonna be like a Mega Clefable thing where Clefable got Air Slash because it turned Flying type? Because I don't see no... I would have assumed it got Flash Cannon at least, but... This will be a hard Pokemon to find the right set to. Of course, me and my strongest agents will stay on the case, and we'll try to put together the right set for all of you. For the future of competitive, ladies and gentlemen. But I cannot promise you Solid Voice. Solid Voice is a funny name. Surely it's gonna get. I was thinking it was gonna get like Flash Cannon and some Mega Launcher shit, but this guy's moves are kind of weird. I mean, it gets Recover. Don't sleep. Don't sleep. You know we like to recover out here. You know we be clicking Recover out here. So all I'm gonna say is stay up. But yeah, what do we give Chimecho out of 10, ladies and gentlemen? Do we think that this Pokemon is savable, and do we think that this Pokemon is gonna have a future, or do we think that it's cope and this shit is cooked? 455 BST is balls. What do we think? I'm kind of half and half, but that half and half is more of a lie, and I 75% think that this shit's gonna be cocks. But I'm ready to give it a chance, you know? I'm ready. I'm ready. Shout out to Nat Spectre. Nat Spectro, thank you so much. 782. All right, we got some pretty varied responses. Some of y'all are rocking with Big Chime. I will say this. I used Chime in Pokerogue a lot, and it was really good. Chime really did not let me down in Pokerogue. Yo, Blender, I just joined. What did I miss? You didn't miss too much. We got 2 XY Dimensions Mega Evolutions revealed to us. And that's Mega Chimecho and Mega Baxcalibur. So these are 2 real Pokemon that now exist. And we also found out, I think this is the biggest news, XY Dimensions comes out December 10th. So very soon. Oh my god, the Goat Patrol Lover just slid. That's an incredible presence that just pulled up to the stream with that huff on. Good as gold Mega Chimecho with Cosmic Power, Recover, Stored Power, and Body. Bro just cooked up in a legal set. That shit is not happening, Playboy. That shit is not getting good as gold. We already given good as gold to Mega Skarmory. Shout out to Lucky Sink for 28 months. What up, Lucky? How you doing, GOAT? 28 months is goated. Question is Chimecho going to be RU or NU? It's going to be RU because it's a Steel type. It could be UU too. Steel Psychic type, and you have an item so that knockoff is weaker. Hold on. And also, I'm going to tell you this. This thing's defenses are not that fucking ass. And I'm sure you can go back and find a clip of me looking at a certain offensive Pokemon with the same defensive stats and saying it's bad. But you got to remember, Chimecho's stats across the board are shit. So the defenses aren't the worst thing for a Mon that's already shit. 75, 80, 90 is workable, especially because you're gonna give it a Steel type. People keep reminding me that Bronzong is Steel Psychic. I actually forgot about that. And then what's the other one? Solgaleo. That shit's dicks. This guy's really beautifully min-maxed. Even with 67 being a mediocre HP. Levitate with this broken typing, and then you can pick whichever defense you want to max out. This guy was always a piece of shit to deal with. I hated playing against this every time. Fucking monstrous Pokemon. They need to give Bronzong a Mega. Oh, Iron Crown and Jirachi. True. Jirachi's such a OG. Okay, so basically, this typing can never be bad. Is what you guys are making me realize, right? Because even as Pokemon fall off, like Jirachi and Bronzong, over the generations, there was a time when these Pokemon were very solid and OU. And even when they dropped out of OU, there was a time when they were used in UU and stuff like that. Crown, when it came out, was bad. But then Crown, over time, became great in OU. So even if Mons, over time, fall off, this typing is never bad when it usually starts off. So I think Chimecho won't be a piece of shit now that I think about it. The worst one on this list is Solgaleo. I didn't even know this shit had 680 BST. The way y'all talk about it and discredit, bro, I would have thought that it had a BST of 600, but it's actually not that bad. You guys are just fucking haters. Poor Solgaleo. He just wants to be loved. And for some reason, y'all won't allow that to happen. Oh my god. Shit's too loud. Give me a second. It's going through my beat folder. Sorry about that. Even if this shit goes to 555, which I mean, it will go to 555. I don't know if that's because it needs a Steel Innate ability though. I've decided, and that Boom Burst needs to turn steel. Blender plus 20 on all stats for Mega Baxcalibur. Trust. I mean, don't count them out. After the Pyroar shit, we know they don't care. But I feel like Bax is pretty dope. And Bax gets some usage in VGC, does it not? Alright, enough Chimecho talk. The fact that it's becoming a steel type and it used Boom Burst is enough of a blessing on both ends. Bax getting plus 20 and everything is still broken because 112 defense, 106 SpDef, 107 speed, and then 165 attack. Bax is broken because of its moves, less than anything else. Or more than anything else. Shout out, Ritsu, appreciate you. Drop Solgaleo to OU, bro, he's so bad. No, we're not dropping it. Y'all need to leave that Solgaleo shit in the past. But hey, potentially in Generation 10, if the power creep goes up so much, then you might end up seeing Solgaleo in OU. Personally, I don't want to see it, but it just depends. Thermal Exchange is a fantastic ability. You guys are right about that. You can't count that shit out at any time. Being a physical attacker that's immune to burn is crazy. Not to mention Ice Body used to get a lot of sweeps off in singles. You guys remember how annoying it was to play against Chili Reception Glowking into Baxcalibur with Ice Body? That shit was already bulky, then it gets the defense boost from Hail, then it gets the extra recovery from Ice Body. If it's sub DD leftovers, that shit's getting back all its HP. Super fucking annoying Pokemon. Baxcalibur was a true cancer if you ever played against this back in 2023 OU. This was a real cancer to have to deal with, so this coming back in Mega form is probably going to be broken again. Because again, it's not about the stats and the ability and the typing, which are all fucking amazing and add to it being broken. It's really just the moves. Like, all of this is like really unfair. Because this is the most drawback move of all time. This is the best dragon move ever, since it's Outrage with no lock. So if you kill them on, you're chilling. Crash is the best ice stab because you can flinch and there's no contact, so you don't chip yourself. And then Earthquake hits the steel types, which you have to hit as an ice dragon. So it ain't much to say, my G. And then of course there's SD Ice Shard and all that bullshit too. Some people were really going around at the start of the gen and they were saying Bax was going to be Cox, and they were definitely stupid. I used Bax in the first Gen 9 tournament I entered. CTC made a team with specially defensive Baxcalibur with sub DD Protect with Hail from Slowking. Slowking regular, because this is before G-King even existed like that in Gen 9. Because that shit didn't come out till home later on. And I remember that Baxcalibur used to pay off dividends for me. That shit had 300 SpDef. I set up on a Golden Go. Locked into Make It Rain. That -1 Make It Rain did 50%. I clicked Dragon Dance, click Protect. I was back at 75, setting up on Make It Rain Gold. Like, it was actually nonsense. Point I'm trying to make is, Bax, no matter what the set is going to be broken. It's unless you like self-sabotage and ran like a Scarf Bax or some fucking low IQ shit like that, but obviously that's not what we're dealing with. Just use Baxcalibur with another Mega on your team. That's the thing. In terms of what we play, aka singles, I don't think you can expect to see Bax last even a week. There's no way you could ever convince me that Baxcalibur is not broken. Nothing has changed for bro. Unless you want to count Mega Scizor as the big change. Because Mega Scizor fucks Baxcalibur up. But you want to know something? Scizor can't roost anymore. So what do? Is every team gonna have to run the Mega Aggron? Is this the future you want, ladies and gentlemen? You tell me. Only pseudos without megas now are Gudra, Komodo, Pult, and Hydra. Who do you want to see first? Someone asked that earlier. I want to see Hydreigon first. Komodo I also like, but Komodo has that busted Z move, so fuck him. Gudra got another form, which is better than the OG, so fuck Gudra, that's its mega. And then Dragapult is too overpowered and oppressive the last 2 generations, so it deserves less. So that only leaves Hydreigon the GOAT, who has never gotten any shice new tools since Gen 5, and I'm not liking that. I'm not liking that at all. Hydreigon is fucking cool, deserves more. Deserves a mega. Or an alternate form. Like, where's the Dark Fairy Hydreigon form? Alright, chat. What do we think about Bax? Design-wise, and... yeah, I guess more design-wise than competitive. Because competitively, this shit's a 10. It's gonna be busted. What do we think? My bad, I had someone at my door. From what I'm seeing, at least here's my take. Given what we saw in the trailer and Bax hitting that fast, like, sword bullshit against the Golurk, I think Bax they're gonna troll and just give it a goob speed boost and like some sharpen ice sword. I don't know, some sharpen ability type thing. I think it's gonna get a good speed boost though. It literally looks faster and like more sleek. When that shit pops out the cut with sharpness, ice sword, and sacred sword, ceaseless ice. That sword bullshit is Glaive Rush. I know, but we need more swords. We need more. We need ice sword. But yeah, Chad, how do we think they could balance this Pokemon out? How could you give this Mon EVs and make it not broken? Would you have to take from the attack and give the Spatak plus 70? That's like the only way, right? To like literally and to drop the speed, right? "60 speed." Don't even say that shit, man. Don't even say give it the Scolipede treatment, man. I don't want to talk about what happened to Scolipede. Oh my god, what happened to Scolipede? We don't even want to talk about that shit. Give it Glacial Lance that insta-freezes. That's what we need. Give my boy Bitter Blade. Bitter Blade is one of the most broken moves that Pokemon ever invented. I don't know why that move's even a thing. Is Bitter Blade not the most annoying move ever? Does that shit not frustrate you guys to a crazy degree like it does for me? I hate that shit. Playing against that shit is... oh my god. Bitter Blade is sometimes it feels like you can't even really outplay the shit because 50% heal and 90 base power is like, bro, come on now. This motherfucker ain't even got the chance to spin back on OU. Yo, Bax doesn't deserve to be back in OU. I'm telling you, this thing for the time it was OU was a total terrorist to the OU tier. Like, it wasn't fun, it wasn't fair, and no matter what your team looked like, if you played against this, you had to always be worried that you would auto lose. And I mean, this was one of the most broken Mons with Terra. Still broken without Terra, since nothing can beat the set. Especially, it's even harder for a Pokemon to beat this if they're not able to Terra out of the coverage. But what we'd see from Bax is they would Dragon Dance, and they would Terra Fairy in front of whatever other dragon or whatever, and get the second Dragon Dance, and then you lose. Or you see Ground for the stronger EQ. That was more on DD than SD. And then Ice was seen on Swords Dance sets, so that you could get the Terra Ice Shard. And then we even saw Terra Dragon used in tournament with Life Orb Glaive Rush, which destroyed Dondozo's stall. But Terra Fairy Bax was the most broken one. That shit was so fucking lame. Gave Bax the easiest second setup opportunity of its life every single game. Just Dragon Dance, Terra again, auto win. But the thing is, even without Terra, this thing is still broken, is what I'm trying to tell you guys, because this coverage is unbeatable. Zamazenta was a good drop down to deal with this one time, because Once Zama's Dauntless Shield has been used up, +1 Glaive Rush is sending that shit to the moon. I think Ice Dragon is just an overall fucked typing. Like, competitively, that shit's too broken. I mean, they do give the things ground moves every time. Kyurem got Earth Power. This shit has Earthquake. Even though this is more broken than Kyurem, which is hilarious to see. But yeah, all these moves are busted. Like I said, Earthquake hits the Steel types. That Golden Ghost shit. Crash, best Ice Stab, because you can flinch and no contact. And then Glaive Rush is the best Dragon move ever nowadays. It's just too broken. They should give Kyurem EQ, Trust. Your Kyurem's getting banned too. If Kyurem got Earthquake, that shit would get banned as well for Dragon Dance sets. Should be overpowered. Fuck Baxcalibur. I don't want this thing to return at all. Demon Time Pokemon. Seriously. We seen broken Mons get mid Megas. Latios wasn't doing much with that Mega. Well, Latios was still pretty good with Mega. I remember bringing that thing to tournament many times in Generation 7 at least. Like, I'd say Mega Latios was better than regular Latios in Gen 7. It wasn't like some super upgrade. You're definitely right about that, but it was an upgrade nonetheless. But sometimes pseudo-legendaries or 600 BST guys Megas are too powerful. Like, look at the most obvious one. Broken-ass Salamence. That shit went to 700 BST. Of course, that was a number of things. Fast speed, broken ability, but those are all components to a broken Mega to begin with. They always get something crazy. I don't know what they're going to do with the ability, right? Because Thermal Exchange is already a very, like, unique Baxcalibur ability. That's like we know it for being on Baxcalibur. So would they just get rid of that shit and give it a new signature? Or would they just give it a like another ability that other Pokemon share? Thermal Exchange is 3-in-1. Is it 3-in-1? Isn't it 2-in-1? Immune to burn and up attacks from fire moves. No reason to use this over base Excalibur. Well, you don't know that. You don't know where the stats are going to be, so you can't make that claim just yet. Thermal Agency is funny. I'm dog shit and won every single game I played in the short time Bax was legal with Scale Shot. That piece of shit was too broken. That's fucking funny. No, Bax was definitely a huge carry as far as Pokemon go. Like, the shit was not fun, bro. The shit was literally not fun. In fact, you have a higher chance of losing with Bax as the user of Bax by missing Icicle Crash than you do just not sweeping your opponent outright because they have a counter. However, if they end up giving Roost back to Mega Scizor and shit like that, get ready for me to pull up with the 100% usage Mega Scizor, because I'm pulling up with that. And you're not doing shit. Go for that +1 Glaive Rush. Nice 30% on my max defense Scizor. Nice SD Roost. A little bullet punch action, but need Roost back for that. Can't wait for them to give Mega Bax Ice Scales. I'm hyped for the rest of the fucking Megas. They said they're revealing a new one on the 19th, which is in 2 weeks. And then XY Dimensions comes out on the 10th of December, so we're gonna get like our 15-20 new Megas. Blunder, would Ferrothorn check Bax? It would check. It would check for sure, because +1 Icicle Crash doesn't 2-hit KO Ferrothorn. If it has even minimal Fizdef investment. And then Gyro Ball is going to fry the fuck out of Baxcalibur, so just another Pokemon that Baxcalibur would have been able to handle. That's a good point, Ski. I mean, not Baxcalibur, Ferrothorn would have been able to handle. If only Ferrothorn was back. Ferrothorn would literally Gyro Ball this guy in its face and smoke this shit. And then that +1 Crash, like I said, that shit not 2-hit KOing if you have any Fizdef. Bringing out my Emperor Charmander for your Mega Scizor. Mega Scizor is going to be back and it's going to be strong, bro. Even without what's it called, Roost, it'll still be good on like offense structures, like some webs type shit, like max attack, max speed. We used to run that set occasionally back in the day. If we have enough offensive power creep, Gen 10 might end up having this similar to Gen 7, and it's dynamic because you can't just keep banning 40 guys every gen. Gen 7 and Gen 6 were pretty perfect in that regard because there was a lot of overpowered shit, but they didn't overban. They just let the things kind of create the right ecosystem. Gen 9 didn't get a chance to do that because they kept banning shit and didn't really give it a chance to grow into anything. That's why Gen 9 is the most hated gen. So with Gen 10, they need to learn from the mistake of Gen 9 counseling and not try and ban every single thing, because that's not how you make a good tier. You gotta let shit kind of fall into place at a certain point too, even if that comes with the possibility of a not so fun metagame for a bit. There's got to be nuance. You can't just ban whatever you think is wrong. That's not how a game works. There has to be like a balance to the ecosystem. But in any case, we'll see. Gen 10 might be fucking crazy, assuming all the megas are back. And they didn't do this huge campaign all year, shilling megas and saying we're finally back with megas, so that megas wouldn't pull up for Gen 10. At least that doesn't make sense to me. How are you going to outdo Thermal Exchange with the Mega? That was my exact question. I don't think they can. And the chat was saying that they think it's gonna... The chat was saying they think that it's gonna keep Thermal Exchange, because that's a very defining part of Baxcalibur. It's like if you gave Garganical a Mega and shit lost Purifying Salt, it'd be like, who is this guy? His identity is completely lost. It's getting Sword of Ruin, trust me. I think it's getting a sharp ass ability. Or some sword fucking something. You're not about to tell me that he pulled out that sleek, super designed sword and destroyed. Come on, bro. He did not do this to Golurk so that we could say that it didn't have sharpness. Even if this is Glaive Rush, I don't care. We know he's sleek and sharp. Stop playing with me. And if it's not getting sharpness, it's getting Ice Sword, Ice Blade, something. Thrustmaster, the fucking controller. That's like a 10-year-old throwback. It's getting lower speed. Don't do that. I told you, don't talk about Bax getting lower speed. That's just not happening. Glaive Rush isn't sharpness boosted, is it? I don't know. I doubt it. All I know about sharpness is that sharpness boosts Tachyon Cutter, which is really funny. Turns that shit into the strongest move ever conceived. What if it sets snow on Glaive Rush? What are you talking about, bro? Why would Baxcalibur set the hail up with its attack, bro? So he got Ceaseless Edge, but it sets up hail instead. Is crazy. Oh, we got Raichu and X and Y showing off the bullshit again. Okay, so I don't know when Season 4 is, but I hope y'all are able to get it pretty easily. And it looks like Diancie's out now. Yo, I still can't get over Blood's level 150. You guys said Bax was 162 in the other trailer, right? Things that have never happened before are happening, ladies and gentlemen. Things that have never happened before. We gonna enjoy Raichu and RUBL. Stop hating on Raichu, even though Raichu is trash. Raichu is gonna be good. Raichu X is gonna be good. Raichu Y might be fucking terrible, but Raichu X is going to have huge power. I guarantee you. I guarantee you that shit's gonna have huge power. I know it's having huge power. I already gave you guys the breakdown before. Starmie got pure power. They're gonna have another one that has huge power. And it's the only way that they cannot have Raichu X be an awful Pokemon. The only way they can stop Raichu X from being quite literally unviable is by giving it huge power. It's the only way. That pure electric, even with plus 100, it ain't enough. Not for Raichu. I'll show you regular Raichu stats. And Raichu already got something. I talked about Raichu before, but Alolan Raichu is already a decent step up, if we're being real. This thing got 5 more special attack. That's really all you need. plus the psychic type buff is huge. Like, this was more than enough. This is a Mega Raichu already. It's already a Mega, so I don't know why it needed another form, but 585 is pretty decent as far as BSTs go, but his coverage is fucking bad. One of them has to be physical, right? Since X and Y. So the X one is going to be physical. This stat, 289, 279. Even if you go plus 50, that only goes to hit 140, which isn't enough when you remember that his physical attacks are fucking bad, bro. Volt Tackle is the only, like, serviceable thing here. Play Rough, whatever, man. Fly, it's pretty tough, I'm not going to hold you. Knock Off, Trailblaze, that's about it. It's about as far as it goes, so. We need huge power so we can get away with this. Like, this actually has potential if it gets Ice Punch. And it's gonna get huge power though, I'm telling you, bro. It's going to get huge power. It has to. They're not only making Starmie. Oh, this shit doesn't have extreme speed anymore, right? Pokemon, stop taking away that heat. Look at this shit. Stop taking away that heat. Raichu sucks. Sorry to say. No hate. No hate. I know that was some hater shit to say, and then to say no hate, but you guys get what I mean. I want Raichu to be great. I just don't think it's a Pokemon that has the potential to be great. I don't think it has the facilities to be the Pokemon that it wants to be, or the Pokemon that it thinks it is. If that makes sense. Huge power, extreme speed would be busted. Oh, it would for sure be busted. That's the reason Genesect gets banned every generation. I was talking about that yesterday. Not huge power, of course, but download choice band E-speed, which more or less is huge power E-speed. In fact, it's stronger. It'll look worse than Chimecho. Don't do that. Don't do that. Chimecho just... First of all, Chimecho's LARPing as a whole different Pokemon with what it's doing with the Mega. Psychic Steel and going up to 555 BST. This shit's trying to pretend to be Metagross and Bronzong. And I get it. I'm not hating on it. A lot of Pokemon, they need to sometimes pretend to be other Pokemon because they're just not really enough. It's not, and it's not their fault. This typing is not great. Chimecho with stored power. I mean, pure Psychic is not a great typing. Psychic Steel, like I said, it's a pretty good typing. The Steel type was already confirmed. Yes, it was. I was on the Pokemon website, and on the Pokemon website, it shows that Chimecho is a Steel Psychic type. It's going to be weird where they're going to put the stats. Also, they don't have stats to take away from. The attack already is at 50. The shit's already really bad, so it's like... What are you going to do? Put it down to like 10 or 20? I doubt it. So they can't really take from other stats to boost the other ones that are already mid. Like you don't really have much to take from attack. Unless they min-max this guy, which like maybe, but I doubt it. If they do plus 20 across the board, this thing will be an RU or NU. And there will not be any possibility of better. I can guarantee you that. They gave Beedrill like 10 potential, but that's like the only one. Like we always cite Beedrill as like the, oh, they could potentially, you know, min-max it perfectly. But it's only Beedrill, right, that really got that insane min-max. Like its useless stat got sent to 0. What other Pokemon got that? If this gets plus 20 across the board, it's cooked. Because 115 special attack, I'm out of there, bro. I'm out of there. You guys do bring up a good point. Recover as a Steel type is not a small thing at all. Shit's mad annoying. And it has Levitate. What if it keeps Levitate? So he's doing the full Bronzong LARP. Bronzong with Levitate's actually a piece of shit. Even if the defenses don't go up that much, just plus 20 each is enough for this thing to be fucking annoying. With Levitate plus Recover. And again, Steel type. So 800 viewers and 300 likes. Math not math. And agency. Shout out Pyrotic Blaze again. He's spitting. He's spitting. If you tuned into the stream, I'm gonna need you to like the stream right now. You know what I'm saying? Let Game Freak see this so they know that our ideas are real and need to be heard. Game Freak, only we can help you save back Excalibur and Chimecho, and especially the Raichu X and Y that we know you guys are gonna turn into ZU demons. So if you're watching this, Game Freak, tap in and like the stream, you know? So so I know you're locked in. Shout out Alper for 18 months. They really thought that they could put irrelevant backs next to Shiest Meko and thought we wouldn't realize just which G they're giving a mega buff to. Your right. They really tried to slide in this bullshit checks notes Baxcalibur when we got a whole boom bursting Steelinate Chimecho on the horizons. It really just goes to show that Pokemon Company's priorities are not in the best place if they can't give the proper respect to Shiest Meko. I just want an electric type that's not Neck or Zap that does anything at all. You know, electrics get shafted overall, which is why I was so heartbroken to find out that both Raichu forms are going to be pure electric. I'm telling you, the pure electric, and I'll say this until I die, the pure electric is such a fucking garbage typing. It's literally terrible. Historically, if we look at pure electric typing, and I just want the pure electric type. Regieleki, banned from Gen 9 for pretending to be an ice type. Gen 8, it's not good. Where are the solo electrics? Bellibolt is NU. This is actually a pretty decent Pokemon in OU. Even with the 20 ground types and Glowking and Ting-Lu, this thing is still serviceable. But then you see we get to Raikou, ass. Ampharos, ass. Ass X3. Pure electric will never be good. It's only good on old generation Raikou, which is again 2001 gameplay. And then regular Zero Aura is a pure electric type, and that thing is good in Gen 8. But Gen 8 is a metagame blessing because it's the fastest and it uses knockoff with boots. But overall, yeah, pure electric is just, and I like electric types. Like overall, they're cool. Look at all of the fucking dual type electrics, bro. Bolt, Zapdos, Hands, Miraidon. These are all sick Pokemon. Hands is not that good in OU, but it still has a purpose. And even some of the mons like Sandy Shocks and Thun T, which are definitely not good Pokemon, but have a role here and there. The double type helps a lot, so that's why I'm so adamant that Raichu X gets huge power. Because if this shit does not get huge power, yo, what is he gonna do as a physical attacker? Even if you plus 50 the attack, and you get to 140, this only hits 379. It goes up 100. It goes to 379. Bro, he's still making no noise with these fucking moves. I'm not mega evolving to click Brick Break and Play Rough. I'm not doing that. That's not happening. You telling me Mega Baxcalibur just dropped, and I'm expected to mega up with my Raichu, a pure electric type that stays pure electric? No, get the fuck out of here. It's not happening. It's not happening. So I don't know, man. It's I can't wait for XY Dimensions to come out so we can finally get a look. I would love to be wrong about Raichu. I would love to be wrong. Like, obviously, I'm joking around here a little bit too in how I'm roasting the mon, but I really do think that this shit might have no future, bro. If without huge power. Do not doubt how bad the pure electric type is. Do not believe his lies, all right? That being a pure electric type is good. Do not believe his lies, and do not believe his lies. As a matter of fact, I gotta change the sprite because this guy should not be looking this new. Hold on. We need to go down to fucking, where the fuck is this? Go to Gen 2 OU. This is what Raikou looked like the last time he was good. You see how this column just disappeared? This is the last time Raikou was good. This is how he was moving. This column did not even fucking exist back then, player. No abilities. That's the last time Raikou was moving crazy. I'm telling you, bro. I'm telling you. It's a disaster. It's a disaster, ladies and gentlemen. The electric crisis. Oh my goodness, bro. Oh my fucking goodness. No. I'm hating. Raikou is not bad in Gen 3 or Gen 4. I've used Raikou in Gen 4 and it was good. And Gen 3, I know it's like decent, but I never had a team with it. But anyways, what I'm trying to say is these pure electric types, don't believe their lies. Don't believe their lies. Even this guy was doing full bot shit like this for quite a while. It did bulk up occasionally too, but Raichu, I really don't want to be caught running this set. I really don't want to be caught doing this, man. There are ground types. There are literally 500 ground types in Pokemon. Please don't make me do this. Like, what do am I about to run Raichu X with the Surf? Like, really, what are we doing? I guess it does have Surf though, so you can kind of go mix though. Xurkitree, though, you know, Zerk was never really a metagame pick back when I played Gen 7 OU. This shit was never used, despite being one of the strongest Pokemon ever invented. And it has fucking Tail Glow, which is hilarious. I don't even think Tail Glow's good. The shit's too strong and it has Beast Boost, so I think you're better off running Scarf. My boy got to the top of the ladder, like top 5 in the Sun Moon ladder this summer with Scarf Xurkitree, with T-Bolt, Dazzling Gleam, stuff like that. Every time you see Xurkitree, you just think, oh, it's gonna click Z Hypnosis, and that shit's annoying. And that shit is annoying, but the Scarf Beast Boost, he was showing me some replays, he was not fucking around with that shit. He was getting off some really nasty sweeps. Because once this thing gives itself a +1, bro, we're now at like 600, what? Like 70 special attack? And the speed is, the speed was not even the worst thing ever. It was really the bulk. And again, that pure electric shit, you don't do anything. What if Raichu gets its own electric Nihilite? Talking about that Raichu light? I think that might be the only way. Shout out to Fraser Crane. You got a tough name, bro. Sounds like an author's name. No, Raichu is Cox. It's not getting its own Nihilite. I'm telling you, bro, if they don't give this guy a secondary typing or huge power, the physical version is scuffed beyond repair. You would think for a Pokemon that is so famous to the Pokemon Company and fans, etc., you would think that they would go out of their way to give this guy a better stat distribution, especially because 405 BST is not bad. We have shit Pokemon with similar BSTs that roll around in OU. Look at these two shitters, Clefable and Corv. 483, 495. It's the same shit. How is his so badly distributed? What is this garbage? And why is the defense so low for fun? Nah, this guy is the... You know how I was telling you Zamazenta is Mr. Do-It-All? This is the opposite. This is Mr. Do-Nothing. He don't hit hard on the physical side. He don't hit hard on the special side. He tank no hits. Strange. Ferrothorn BST, another example. Ferrothorn BST is damn near perfect. The way they distributed Ferrothorn. They made that grass steel shit and they never went back. Right? That is the only grass steel, right? Oh, cart. What am I saying? Yo, this is another low-key broken typing. Look at our sample size. If we look at the history, is this not another broken typing? We may only have... And I used to use this guy in NU. In Gen 5 and Gen 6. Ferroseed. And he was moving nasty. Yeah. Grass Steel might be one of those unspoken, broken combinations. Deadass. Even though we only got 2 of these guys. Like an annoying ass typing to deal with. I didn't even think about how a lame cart can be defensively to deal with. Bro, bad type plus steel is just fucking broken. I think you're right. Bad type plus steel is like the ultimate come up. Bug Steel has been putting up LeBron James performances since that shit dropped on the... Bug Steel is so fucking carried by how that shit is only weak to fire and resists everything. Nah, Bug Steel is actually beautiful. That's one of those things with competitive Pokemon where you can just appreciate what they did. The way Bug and Steel cross over and make that piece of shit resist everything and only weak to fire that's a work of art. Bug Steel is one of the best. Bug Steel is one of the best. Shout out Durant. Oh my god. Yo, that's a guy that needs a mega. They need to give this a mega in Dimensions. This guy's fucking swag. He's been around for a very long time. Either Gen 5 or Gen 6. I know it came out in one of those gens. I want to say it dropped in Gen 5, but I could be wrong. In any case, this is a dude who needs a mega. His BST is probably only 400 something. Gen 5? Oh yeah, Gen 5. Yo, this guy was crazy. Even without hustle, his attack was passable because the speed was so fucking good. This guy's speed is really high. It's faster than Terrakion and all of them in Gen 5, I remember. And he had crazy moves, bruv. Iron Head. Shit had superpower back then. We used to run that Thunder Fang. I don't think you needed X-Scissor, to be honest, but I just remember this. Shout out to Jan, or Vaughn. Shout out to saying the quiet part out loud. Seviper absolutely deserved a mega. Oh yeah, that's the quiet part. That's what the streets don't want you to know. If it wasn't for its stats, Seviper gets arguably the best coverage for poison. Seviper is up there, bro. Shit got Flamethrower, Giga Drain, Earthquake. This guy's had moves for days. His stats aren't terrible. Like, they're bad, but it's a Seviper, so I didn't expect much. Bro, you just wait for the Bug Dragon Mega Spidops. Shout out to Ikenriza. Bug Dragon Mega Spidops, right? Spidops is another one of those shitters that has too low BST to do enough with it, but pure bug typing is actually underrated. Like, if you can't hit this super effectively, it's gonna be fucking annoying. Like, ground types have always had trouble with bug types. Like, why is my Great Tusk getting handled by Spidops? You know what I mean? It's one of those situations. Spidops has the potential to be an annoying bastard. Nidoking mogs his coverage. Alright, what a statement. Nidoking's coverage is fucking up everybody, though. Shout out to MechDeezy. Much love. Shout out to the agents, man. You know we on the road back to 800 members. Game Freak made Mega Raichu X to be a talking point in DLC cover. They didn't think past that, to be honest. You telling me Mega Raichu is 1-to-1 with Mega Malamar, aka use him to advertise the next product and then the end of the story? Is that it? Forgotten, given 120 SPDF, and thrown to the side of the road? Alas. That's life sometimes. My fraud, Malamar. Don't even talk about Malamar. Don't even talk about Malamar. That shit is off. That shit's off limits, discussion-wise. You know I'm pissed off at that shit still. They should make Mega Gardevoir Y and make it a bald old man. Chat, what is this guy talking about? Is there any security in the chat right now? Yo, take this guy out, man. Take this guy out, man. We gotta get this guy out of here, man. We need to talk about this fraud Malamar. Yeah, actually, no, we don't, bro. We don't. There's actually nothing to talk about Malamar. Malamar betrayed us. That's all there is to it. Malamar betrayed us. That shit is ass. Which is why I'm so desperately demanding that Raichu get huge power in this X form. Or I'm telling you, if you are a real Raichu fan, I'm sure you're excited for Mega Raichu, but really, I would be kind of nervous. Because that shit's going to be buns. As for the special one, Raichu Y, we need the full Mewtwo. Full Mewtwo Y. AKA, we need this attack to go to 40. And we need plus 100 special attack. It's the only way. What does Mega Mewtwo Y hit? What does that big bitch hit? Who the fuck is this guy? 150 attack 2? Who gave him this? Who gave him all of these? How is this not the best Pokemon ever invented? How are there Pokemon better than this if you're rocking this lineup? How is this even possible, bruh? Shout out my guy Parodic Blaziken. Make sure that guy is always hit by Focus Blast. Nah, for real. I don't understand how this wasn't the best Pokemon in Ubers back in the day. Oh, because Pure Psychic. Wait, facts. Pure Psychic will never be good enough. Shit's weak to Shadow Sneak, Sucker Punch, all that. Shit also still dies to Earthquake because the defense is so fucking bad. But dude, is this not the most fucked up offensive stats you've ever seen? Like, what is this shit? 150, 194, 140? This is so fucking stupid. Like, bro, I thought Hoopa and the guys were evil. Bro, this is like that on super drugs. Holy fuck. It also is astounding how Hoopa ended up never being too broken again after Generation 6. Given the stats that the shit has in the moves. But yo, it's crazy what megas can get up to. Like the business that Uber's megas can get up to. This is the real shit I'm excited for. Pokemon, stop playing and drop Mega Kyurem Y. Mega Kyurem Black Y, matter of fact. Low-key, I don't think they're going to do the physical special thing with X and Y Raichu. They're going to probably make one of them a fat fuck, and the other is going to be some shite mixed offensive troll. I would actually drop to my knees in the middle of a gas station if Raichu turns into some fucking tank Raichu. You telling me they're going to go with the fat rat Pokemon path? Give it stuffed cheeks? Type bullshit? Some Dedane shit? No, bitch. No. Overruled. We not allowing that. Yo, Blunder, will Kyurem B be flipping burgers after the Bax reveal with 180 attack and base speed above 100? Kyurem Black will never be flipping burgers, even if Bax Mega is crazy, because Kyurem Black has some things that Bax doesn't have. One, you can use an item, broken, and the attack is clear as Bax. It's also faster than Bax. Similar bulk, because the HP is a lot higher, so it's actually bulkier. On top of that, electric move, this is the same thing as having Earthquake. having Fusion Bolt. It's the same shit. So, I would say Kieran Black is always going to still be in charge. Cube is still better. How do you release Mega Bax and not Mega Hydreigon? I know it's a travesty, but I'm actually in the process of writing a very strongly worded letter to Game Freak and being like, yo, what are you fucking doing? Raichu, please don't be bad. You guys have made me come around on Chimecho. I mean, I already knew Steel type would be a big buff, especially to Psychic, and like we looked at the other Steel Psychics over the last generations, and they're always pretty valid. Going up to 555 BST is pretty great too. So, with Recover and decent Steel moves, decent support moves, it's gonna be good. Steel wise, it's gonna get Flash Cannon, and then chat said that this thing does have Boom Burst, so there's something there. Are we gonna just see this? Like, I guess this is still pretty good because it can recover. So, is this not going to be like mad good? I think it's going to end up doing this annoying shit. Does it have Wish? Its HP is pretty bad. It does get Wish. It has some support moves. T-Wave, Taunt, Trick Room, Healing Wish, Future Sight. Like, there's some stuff here, but bro, I'm telling you, Chimecho getting 50 in both defensive stats with Levitate. Alright, let's map that out. Appreciate you for the dono. Thank you for the love. So you're saying 130 defense and 140 SPDF. I mean, yeah, it's pretty usable. It would be like... It would hit crazy stuff. 130. I think 130 without investment hits... I think you hit like 296. And then... 140 SPDF, you hit 316. Is that what it is? If you add 50... If you add 50 to the base stat number, and you don't invest, it's just up 100? Is that the math that I just... fucking figured out to myself? Yeah, because... 100 base attack is 236 uninvested. Huh. I didn't know that if you go up 50, you just add 100 to the actual number. Alright, the more you know about EV's math. I think that checks out, right? Because 95 is 226, 145 would then have to be 326, right? Yeah, 326. Alright, cool. That's probably something I should have recognized in Pokemon a long time ago, but it's always cool. It's always cool to kind of take a look at the math behind Pokemon. They got some random bullshit there. It's always pretty interesting to me. Mega Chimecho being Levitate, Slowking would low-key be shice. Do you think Mega Slowking is gonna pull up? You really think Mega Slowking? Even though there's a Galar. I always thought Galar Slowking was their attempt at giving it another... Not giving it another, but we have a Mega Slowbro. So I thought Galar King was their way of being like, guys, we know there should have been a Mega Slowking. Here's the Mega Slowking. Stop bitching. Here's your Mega Slowking. So, Slowbro got both a Mega and a Galarian form. You're right. You're right. You're right. Serena has a mural in ZA. Mega Serena incoming. Serena Shiest. That shit got amazing moves. That shit got triple axle, rapid spin, high jump kick, 120 attack. This Pokemon's actually good. My boy Toga Khan gave me a team in Gen 8 with choice banded Serena. And I gave it to Lax for a Gen 8 tournament, and he smashed some guy's stall with banded high jump kick, power whip, and triple axle. Like, the dude had Hippowdon Toxapex stall and got farmed up by Serena. And Serena has a great ability too, so I don't know if I believe that this thing is going to get a Mega, because I already saw the leaked list of the XY Dimensions Mega, and this shit is not present, but this is one of the most underrated Pokemon. This is a great Pokemon competitively. Even if it's like a low tier shit, this thing was never bad. And I was able to make this thing work in Gen 8 OU, so I know it's not bad. Why did I just imagine Hoopa desperately looking for its own Megastone like Doctor Strange? Shout out to Tony Jones. You know who would have gotten a Mega? Conkeldurr. Give it 100 in SpDef, and it's a perfect mon. Let me see. Conk is shit, even with an extra 100 SpDef. I'm sorry to tell you this the hard way, but pure fighting type, we can't save him. We can't save him. And I used to love Conkeldurr in Gen 5, you know, when I was 12, and that guy was still hitting. Pure fighting type, you either got to be broken. Looks like you just got to be broken to make it in the high tiers as a pure fighting type. A shout out to Conk. I know he holds it down in UU like crazy though. I've seen Conk sweep so many times in UU, and they always run the same set: max attack, max SpDef. I don't know what the Terra they run is. Probably fairy or water, but bulk up SpDef Conk is a bastard. Also, Conk is all over Gen 5. In fact, that shit got a resurgence in Gen 5 recently. Everybody is running Conk again in Generation 5. That shit does farm a lot of teams though. You click bulk up and you just drain punch, drain punch, drain punch. That shit be using payback too. But yeah, Chimecho and Bax. Next Mega is going to be revealed on the 19th, but we already know all the Megas because I looked at the leaked list a couple days ago. I probably will do another stream next week where we revisit the XY Dimensions leaked list, because now this is confirmed that they're all correct. Seeing as Chimecho and Bax have been revealed. Would a Mega Golurk with no guard be any good? You know, Golurk has awesome moves, awesome attacks, even has awesome abilities in the form of Iron Fist and no guard, but every stat is really bad except for the attack. They're not even regular bad, they're really bad. So it's also weak to everything with this typing. This typing serves zero purpose except to what? Wall Terrakion? Like, what is this typing for? So plus 100 BST can save a lot of mans though. Let me not hate too hard. Plus 100 has saved even worse looking mans, but I don't know. You get, like, I've seen this thing in low tiers, especially this generation, and it was used in Gen 8 low tiers too, I think, but way more scarcely. But this thing uses Terra Ghost, Banded, Poltergeist, and then it has Earthquake and shit too. It just spams its stab moves and goes for the W. Grounding Ghost seems more offensive than slow defensive. Look how mid Palossand is. Is Palossand shit? I feel like I see Palossand used a lot in PU. I mean, obviously, PU is for shitters, but I feel like I see him perform a lot. This mon is really bad for no reason. I feel like this guy has the tools to not be as shit as it is. Special attack stat is usable. Good dual stab with Shadow Ball Earth Power. Defenses are pretty good. It's just weak to everything. Are there any fans of this Pokemon? I'm a big fan of Palossand. That's why I'm asking. I'm a huge fan of Palossand. I've always had a lot of love for this guy. Even though he's trash, I've had a lot of love for him. Shout out 41G guy, the GOAT. Let me see some W's in the chat. Let me see some craws in the chat. Much love to the homie for the 5 gifted. That was that Palossand gifted. That was that Palossand inspired gifted, matter of fact. You know we're on the road back to 800 members. Give Seismitoad a Mega. Seismitoad already got his 15 minutes of fame, which was in the first quarter of 2020 when it had 34% usage to deal with Dracovish. You know, it's funny. These stats are ball sack after the attack. Like, these are actually bad stats. I didn't know that the defenses were only 75 each. But somehow this guy did it all. Base stats are important, but they're really not the end-all be-all. Typing, having a busted ability like Water Absorb, having support moves, all of that shit can turn a piece of shite into something way better. Your piece of shite can still be the shiniest piece of shite. I'll leave you with that really genius statement. Man, Seismitoad was really like that. Look at Clef base stats. They don't tell the whole story, of course. Clef, Corviknight, Ferrothorn, those are all like pretty pretty important mons. Let me go to the flip side. Let's take a look at the worst Pokemon with a high BST. Who has a high BST and is fucking terrible? And not Regigigas, because that's an anti-ability. That's like against the law. And then we'll ignore Megas, because those are inherently busted. I guess Hoopa, because Hoopa has a sky-high BST and is not even OU. Which is really, really insulting, honestly. Like, by all traditional means, this should never not be OU. Oh, Solgaleo. Right, Solgaleo. That one's up there. These two have anti-abilities. Kyurem is up there. This is disgusting high. Okay, and then we get to... But Kyurem is a good Pokemon. So let me not talk about the good Pokemon. What's a real... Goodra is a pretty... Oh, Sceptile. That's a never touched Mega. In both X and Y and Sun and Moon, Sceptile is some RU trash. But I'm trying to avoid looking at Megas, because those have a already high BST. I mean, BST does, in general, though, make a mon pretty strong. You can't doubt it. Like the fucking 100 base across the board guys all fell off over time. That's fair. Shout out to Parker Jones. Diancie event in Legends EA, we can choose the Pokeball she's caught in. I used to pray for times like this. I do like the customization effects that you can do in ZA. What Pokeball are we choosing for the Diancie for today? Shout out to Parker for the dono. Much love. Electivire and Magmortar? Bro, those guys have only 535 or something, right? 540? Bro, this guy's definitely not the worst. High BST. Don't hate on my Electivire, man. He's also good. Hater. I always have a good... Why is Electivire not getting a Mega? Where the fuck is Electivire's Mega? That's what we really need to ask. I got the important questions. Y'all be asking bullshit questions. Like, can we have more Steelinate, Boomburst, Chimecho? Where the fuck is Mega Electivire? You said not to hate on Electivire, but you be hating on Pure Electrics. Bro, we all know Electivire is the OG Pure Electric that's not really a Pure Electric. He been curious. Flamethrower in this bitch. Doesn't it get close combat? I swear it got close combat. Did I make that up? Whatever. Low kick. Knock off. The bulk up. Bro, don't get me started, bro. Supercell slam. Ice punch. People really don't respect this guy. His coverage has always been phenomenal. Always it's been phenomenal. Stop playing with this guy, bro. Seriously. Stop playing with this guy. Every Electivire video I've posted, I've been amazing with this mon. Now, it could be me. I am known to be one of the greatest. You know, it is what it is. But it could also be Electivire showing its worth. And I will say, go back and watch my videos. Was I not laying down the beats with this set? You cannot go back and watch and say I was not applying straight ass beatings with this. Because I was. This deserves a Mega. We can ignore these three dog shit in the middle stats and just go higher attack and speed. We can do this. Iron Thorns has 570 BST and is worse than Tyranitar. Iron Thorns is a real piece of dog shit. Who the fuck invented this? These last three stats could only have been conceived in an acid trip type experience. Where the fuck did they pull 84 SpDef and 72 speed from? They literally pulled that out of their asshole and said, yo, what's some random garbage shit we can do for the Tyranitar prehistoric joint? And they were like, yeah, this right here, we're gonna kill him with that. This is AI generated mon. This is quite literally ChatGPT, Grok, Claude, whichever one of them bitches you talk to. They all got together and they were like, yeah, this is it. This right here. This right here. DeepSeek, whatever the fuck you want to call it. This is ChatGPT invention. We're not rocking with this Tyrant. I hate this shit. I actually hate this mon. I hate this mon. Shit is so bad. I'll never forget Lex telling me, bro, I think it's good. You know what he sent me? He sent me this. This is what Lax sent me. He sent me some fucking max speed minus, like, with what? Fucking, what is it? Not Jolly, Timid? Yeah, he sent me this. This is what he sent me. I said, bro, if this is what we're doing with 134 base attack Pokemon, if this is how we're moving, I don't even want that. I don't even want that set. Take it back. This is what he told me to load up with. He told me apply that booster energy so I could get the checks notes 400 speed stat stealth rock off. Bitch, fuck out of here. Why are all electrics so bad? I need to really do something about the electric issue in Pokemon. They won't save these guys anymore. Shits are too bad. Iron Thorns is really a work of art in a bad way, in a negative way. I don't mean that in a glazing way. I mean that in a you're dicks, and we need to fix this. Blunder Noivern 535 BST. You know, Noivern is a great candidate for a Mega Evolution because he's cool, he's a dragon, and it's slightly troll because there's other dragons that people want way more, like Hydreigon and Dragapult to get Megas. This guy is very much so the definition of mid. He is just mid. His stats don't look bad at first glance, but no, they're bad. It has good moves though. Draco, Hurricane, Flamethrower, Boom Burst, Roost, Psychic Noise. He's got some random shit. Why does Blood get Moonlight? He be on some shit. I wasn't familiar with Noivern's game. He seems to be a little bit of a LARPer. Going for Psychic Noise and Moonlight and all that. This guy's the GOAT of RU and NU. I always put buckets back in the day using this. Oh, it's RU. It's not even NU. But anyways, in RU, I used Taunt, Psychic Noise, Roost. And that shit is a piece of shit to deal with. Yo, this mon's goated, honestly. What an annoying mon to take on. This is a really cool mon. People sleep. I mean, it is really mid. I'm not gonna ever bring this to OU because it's a waste of my time, but it's fun. It's also one of those what could have been Pokemon because everybody is running this cringe shit. Fucking like everybody runs like some Taunt, Defog, Roost. Like it's always some support bot shit. But we all know the way that we really want to run this, man, is we want to be doing all this. You know, this is what the streets really want to see. Does it get switcheroo? Bro, this is what the streets really want to see, but you'll literally never see this in your life. They always use support. They never use this defensive shit anymore. 97 isn't even terrible because the attacks are so strong, but it wasn't enough. Anyways, that guy's a very deserving Mega, so shoutouts to whoever brought up that guy because he deserves it. Overall, Baxcalibur, I'm giving it a 10. I'm giving it a 10 out of 10. I don't know what its Mega is going to look like, but its Mega is going to be broken and it's going to fuck up the game. So, you can count on that already. I know what we saw with Dragonite makes you think, oh man, what if they make something not as good? You got to remember, Dragonite has never been as good as it is now. Dragonite was pretty good in Gen 8, but that shit wasn't even top 10. And don't even talk about Gen 5 through 7. Dragonite is not that crazy in any of those. It's OU, but it's not that crazy. Even in Generation 9, D-Knight is carried by Terra Normal and Terra Fairy and Terra Fly and all that shit. Bax doesn't need Terra to be broken, so that's why I don't care about Bax's debuff. AKA no Terra. Getting the Mega Form is still enough. Shout out my boy Styles in the chat. Big Bax a demon. Hope they don't hold that stat spread. They're not gonna. I think unless the speed goes down to 60 speed, or even if they go even minus 10 and drop it to 77, that could be pretty damning. 87 speed is just enough. Just enough. Blunder Melodic. I don't think Melodic's gonna end up getting a Mega. I think we want it too bad, which is why they don't give a fuck about Melodic. Stats are crazy. I honestly don't think the move pool's that bad, bro, because I had a Melodic team in OU, did I not? Where's that shit? Oh, damn, I don't have it anymore. I made this for Lax for a tournament years ago in Gen 8 RU. Crazy team I cooked up. It should actually won, too. I remember strong-ass team. Because all of his teams were bad, so I'm like, I'm going to make a team and it's going to be broken. Is this team not crazy? I remember I whipped this shit up in 10 minutes. My Gen 8 RU team. Point I'm trying to make is, though, Melodic's honestly not even that bad. And I was using a meme set here, Scarf. The whole point, the only reason this shit was Scarf is because the ability is competitive. And I needed something to stop defog. So, this team is hilarious. Bullshit. You guys like this team? Name Bullshit. Little Argonaut stall for today. Y'all can't even pronounce the bullshit that's on the screen right now. This is disgusting. What do we think Chimeco's going to be tier-wise? Say it right now in the chat. Right now in the chat, post where you think Chimeco's going to end up. RU or NU? Or UU? And if you want to lie, go ahead and say OU, sure. Go ahead and lie. But do we think it's going to be UU, RU, or NU? Where is bro going to end up? You know, I could potentially see UU. Even if we look at UU today and there's a lot of troll shit like Tyranitar and Excadrill and all that shit. Calm Mind, Recover, Steel type. Anything goes? Get this man out of here. Get this man out of here talking about anything goes, Chimeco. There is a limit to lying. There is a limit to the propaganda and the fraud that is allowed to be said in the stream, and you're crossing it. T-Tar's OU right now? Alright, sure. You got my point, though. That shit will probably go back down in Gen 10. It only gets harder for Tyranitar. You get my point, though. It's the same shit. That shit was UU like the whole tour. There are some fire megas in UU. Oh, I mean, it's a Pokemon is not bad just because it goes to UU. No, he won't drop. All right, my bad. Let me be easy on Tyranitar. I'm a fan. Also, you're right. Tyranitar's not going to UU in Gen 10 because it's Mega Tyranitar back. So, even if Tyranitar itself is possibly bad enough to be UU again next generation, it wouldn't happen because Mega Tyranitar would pull him out of the depths. Matter of fact, a lot of base form Pokemon should thank their Mega Evolution for helping them out of a fucking terrible, terrible pit. Some of these Pokemon were sentenced to death sentences, more or less. Who the fuck is Starmie? Thank God Mega Starmie just dropped. Lopunny went from ZU to OU, anything is possible. Nobody knew what Lopunny was. They couldn't tell you one stat from Lopunny before the Mega. I guarantee you nobody even knew one of these stats because they're all fucking random. Besides 105 speed. Every other number here was dice roll to figure out. Quite literally. What the fuck is 96 and 54? Like these are numbers that have never been put before for stats. So, I'm telling you, Lopunny wasn't even a thing. I think Lopunite probably got invented before. Yeah, Lopunite probably got invented before Lopunny. Matter of fact, that's my conspiracy theory because there's just no explanation. There's no explanation to what this bullshit is. Banette and Mawile used to be in the dumps. Oh, bro. Nobody knew about those guys. Mawile got everything, though. Mawile actually got everything. The best typing buff you can ask for. Swords Dance. Broken ability. Broken coverage. I mean, Mawile always actually had coverage, even before the fairy. Sableye and Mawile are ability carries, though. Those two have awful BSTs, but the ability gives them like an extra 100, 200. Bayonet is swag in Gen 3 OU. Me when I lie. Chimeco OU, because there's no Steelmon with recovery that is bad. You know, let's put that to the test. You might be right, honestly. Steel with recovery and the ability to keep levitate is fucking OP. Shout out to Frazier. What if Mega Blissey just gets plus 100 defense? First off, Mega Blissey ain't happening. Let me stop you right there. That ain't happening. And if it does, I'm gonna step in myself. Alright, let's see this. Core, these are all OU. Okay. Skarm is really great in OU. Has access to recovery. And Polion can recover, but that shit's RU. So there's definitely some, there's definitely, like, Jirachi can recover, too. And that shit's in RU. I don't think these guys can recover without lefties. Right. Yeah, just because a Steel type has recovery doesn't make it automatically OU. Like, they're good. They're definitely viable Pokemon. And it's amazing, but sometimes the typing itself... That's why this has to have Levitate. If this doesn't have Levitate, I don't know what you're supposed to expect from this Pokemon. How are Steel types not going to still own this? Also, Heatran's coming back, and it's going to farm this. So, what are we supposed to do about that? Chimecho should get Earth Power. All Psychic and Fairy types deserve a move to hit Steel types. Chimecho farms backs. If it has Levitate, it's gonna farm backs. It's gonna farm it because we resisting that until +1 Glaive Rush does 70%. But we got that Stab Flash Cannon, baby. They leaked Chimecho's typing. It's not a leak. They posted it on the Pokemon website itself that it's a Steel Psychic. So we know that for a fact. Pokemon website said it itself. Mega Chimecho with Iron Shrill, which is Punk Rock plus normal moves becoming Steel. Might be crazy. With CM Psynoise Boom Burst Recover if it gets good defenses. It's definitely going to get some type of defense boost, so... I didn't think about Psynoise, actually. Psynoise is the move. I mean, Stored Power is obviously goated as well, but Psynoise is like quick results. Since you stop anything... You stop anything from fucking... like, recovering. I don't know what the last move would be. You guys keep telling me the shit used Boom Burst, so I guess it would be Boom Burst. Boom Burst is broken anyways. Boom Burst has 16 PP, right? Not 8. Shit's broken as fuck. I want it to keep Levitate, though, the more I think about it. Because if this shit stays as a Steel type, we want Levitate for the most troll defensive concoction. Steel is already a step in the right direction, but it's going to be tough for them to pass this off as, like, the guy, you know? Without Levitate built in. Too many ground types. Too many good ground types. I also didn't realize that Chimecho's speed stat is so fucking bad. For some reason, I thought because it's like a wind chime blowing in the wind or whatever the fuck. Somehow I registered that in my head as this is a fast Pokemon, or at least it has some speed stat. But no, it doesn't. This shit's slow. 65 is horrible. So we're gonna need either some prankster shit so the support moves can hit, or what are they gonna need to do with that speed? Or are they not going to do anything with that speed? And they're just gonna go for the defensive approach. Which isn't the end of the world. Because again, getting a Steel type basically does all the defensive utility for you. If you can gain a Steel type, you don't need your defenses to go up that much. Real quick, I want to check Mawile, how that shit went up. Plus 20 attack. Which was really like plus 150 attack because of the ability. Plus 40 defense, plus 40 SpDef. Wow. This is fucking insane what they did to this. Jeez. Also, the fact that in NatDex this thing cannot even be OU is just a testament to the fucking power creep that exists in a format like NatDex. Because what do you mean this is not strong enough for OU? What? Yeah, Mawile is pretty perfect. Plus 20, plus 40, plus 40 is really, really good when you have the best typing ever. Iron Jugulus not mentioned. Would you like me to mention Iron Jugulus? What's there to mention about Iron Jugulus? Iron Jugulus felt like a slap in my face. Because I am one of Hydreigon's strongest soldiers. I love that Pokemon. I will go to war for that Pokemon. I was nicknaming that Pokemon Sazendora for a year after Gen 5 came out because the Japanese nickname is so tough compared to lame-ass Hydreigon. And then they go ahead and they drop Iron Jug. Get the fuck out of here. Iron Jug was crazy troll. Iron Jug made Hydreigon fans look like pussies. Literally, it made all Hydreigon fans look like pussies. That shit did us a disservice overall. They'll probably take away speed from Chimecho and make it more Trick Room Zong coded. This shit does have a lot of support moves, so I don't hate your idea. And we did look at Trick Room like half an hour ago when I was going over the support moves, so... We could even see a bot set recover knockoff Psynoise if it has enough speed. Think about it. Is this not a stall breaker? If it knocks off your lefties and your boots and then spams Psynoise and the speed is not like piss and it has Levitate and a Steel type, how is this not a stall breaker? And then you guys said that it used Boom Burst, right? So, what if? You don't even need to invest really, because if you're knocking off all the items and you have Psynoise to stop recovery and then you have Boom Burst as a strong move, this shit might not even need to set up, assuming that it has it keeps these moves. Blunder, I love how every Hydreigon fan wants to pretend Iron Jugulus never exists. No, literally. Iron Jugulus, in theory, should be one of the fucking goats. Bro, they remade Hydreigon. I don't mind the design. I know some people think the design sucks, but I don't care. It's literally just Hydreigon again, but like looks like it was made of Legos. But Dark Flying and the worst the worst stat distribution of all time and the worst moves of all time. Even looking at this again makes me mad. CTC will occasionally send me a team with this, like every 8 months, and try and shill it. This shit's garbage, bro. I would always be caught using regular Hydreigon before, because at least Nasty Plot's sub Hydreigon was one of the best Pokemon in OU for a minute, and comes and goes. Iron Jugulus never has a role in OU. Its role is, oh god, I hope I hit my Hurricanes with this booster energy, and I'm gonna click knockoff for 10% against Slowking and co, and I'm gonna miss Hurricane. Like that's really all Jugulus does. I really hate that Pokemon. I would rather use this, or I would even use this that got seen in a few tournaments before. You catch me using some shit like this. But Jugulus was such a disappointment. What am I supposed to do with that shit? I hate Jugulus, man. If they kept it as a dragon type, there was probably something that could have been done. But the flying hit Hurricane is like nonsense. Can we get a Mega Hoopa, as it looks like he's going to be the main attraction for DLC? I asked that on stream a few times. I said, do we believe in the existence of Mega Hoopa? And a lot of people said that they don't think Mega Hoopa is a thing. But I don't get it. If this thing is such... I was already typing in Mega Hoopa. If this thing was already such a heavy focus of the XY Dimensions game, like this thing seems to be on the same relevance as Raichu in this game. So even if Hoopa is like... Hoopa Unbound is the form, why the fuck are we not getting a Mega of Hoopa then? And we don't have anything to suggest that Hoopa's getting a Mega. So this is all just my own personal hopes. Even if Hoopa Unbound is the quote-unquote, like, Giga form, Mega form, whatever, it's still not a traditional Mega. It's still just a form, the way we have other forms. So I would want a Mega. And it doesn't have to be Hoopa Unbound Mega, which might end up being broken because the BST goes to 780. But why can't we have another Hoopa form? Why can't Baby Hoopa turn into... What is Baby Hoopa's BST? It's still 600, right? Yeah. It's high as fuck. Yo, I be hating on Baby Hoopa, but this thing's stats are crazy. Nice PU. Like, how is this... Like, why are some Pokemon so disrespected? Power creep is so fucked up. Base stats really aren't everything. Look at this guy's incredible base stats. He and PU. Like, bro. Fuck out of here. He can even Terra out of this situation. Bro, he's ass. 70 speed, you're right. 70 speed in big 2025? Fuck are we doing with that? You're right. 70 speed is like, come on, man. Stop trying to make that shit look vicious. Clodsire has 430 BST? Wait, are you serious? What's Dirge? 500 something? 430 is crazy. This guy's the god. This guy makes that 60 defense feel like 100 though if you invest in it. The HP also does a lot of heavy lifting. Nah, Claude is so amazing for pulling off the performances it can with 430. Holy shit. 430 is fucking nothing. 60 defense. Like, Claude does feel pretty frail on the FizzDef side if you don't invest, but I don't run stall. I always run, like, random, like, balances with Claude. So the Claude always has a lot of FizzDef. Like, if I find the... Let me find my old Claude team I used to spam on high ladder. This one, I used to spam this on high ladder. You can see this one has a good amount of FizzDef. Not a shit ton of investment, and it's not even impish nature. But even having a little bit, with how high the HP is, makes those attacks bounce off a lot easier. But of course, having a high HP means you don't really need your defenses to be as rock solid. You can get away with other shit. Claude over Hoopa is kind of crazy. Imagine that, right? Imagine Hoopa. Yo, it's actually hilarious when you think about it, bro. That Hoopa has 600 and is in PU. Meanwhile, this is in UU with 430. Like, Hoopa Regular has almost 50% more of the base stats than this guy, and it's still not enough. Like I said, it's so much more than base stat. Y'all think Bax keeping thermal or not? I asked the stream what they think, and we seem to agree that Bax is going to keep thermal energy, just because it sounds like something they wouldn't remove because of how specific it is to Bax, but I want some Ice Sword stuff. How we feeling about Mega Saharaja? Oh, you lost the plot. You lost the plot. When you start bringing up big dogs like Saharaja, that's when you know you lost the plot. The shit's low-key unstoppable in cap. Here's my official rankings of the Megas based on viability, even though we don't know many details except for some typings. So, we know that these two shitters are coming. We know that Mega Raichu has 2 forms, and that's all we know that's officially revealed, even though we do know exactly who's coming in XY dimensions. And I'm going to do another video on the whole list of XY Megas in a couple days, but that'll be a specific leak stream. I don't want to spoil anybody who doesn't want it in this stream, so this is how we'll sort these guys. Baxcalibur is the GOAT. We already know it's the GOAT. There's no question about it being the GOAT. If we compare it to the other 3, they have potential, but they don't have potential that's on the what's it called? The scale Baxcalibur does. 700 BST for this. Go right to jail. Don't pass go. Chimecho. Chimecho gets second place. Why does Chimecho get second place? Because it got a steel type buff. A lot of Pokemon beg for a steel type buff. It can really take a broke ass Pokemon like Chimecho, turn it into a superstar. You know what I'm saying? Chimecho might start switching up on his day ones, moving a little bit different now that it got plus 100 BST and a steel type. 555, serviceable. Great moves. I don't know if this is going to be the set. I just put down a bunch of moves that I like. You guys insist that it used Boom Burst in the trailer, so I'm just going to go with that. Chimechite. Is that what it's going to be called? I wish Nidoking or Fearow get a Mega. Mega Fearow is crazy. Mega Pidgeot is the best bet you were going to get with that Mega Fearow shit player. As for Mega Nidoking, I would love Mega Nidoking. And I thought a Mega Nido would be something they did, because we talked about this before. Game Freak likes to troll. They'll give one Pokemon a Mega and not give the other partner Pokemon a Mega just to do it. They don't mind. Look at fucking Slowbro and Slowking. So I always thought one of the Nidos, either Nidoqueen or Nidoking, would end up getting a Mega, and the other one would just not get anything, and then that would be fine. And either one getting it would be awesome, because they have good moves. Sheer Force is a great ability. Their stats are whatever. Their stats are both like average, but the moves they get and Sheer Force do all the carrying. The Nidos are tough. They didn't get any forms, and that's crazy. That shit is crazy. For how well loved these Pokemon are, everybody fucks with both of these Pokemon, bro. Everybody likes these guys. They're iconic ass Pokemon. So why they don't have a second form / Mega at this point is pretty weird to me. I feel like it would only be positively received by the Pokemon company. So they need to stop fucking around. These guys have the best moves ever. You can't see it here because I'm in OU, but if I go to Natdex, Nidoking actually has the greatest move pool invented. Every single coverage option you want on the special and physical side he has. Like, bro, he learns Dragon Pulse. Like, what? Like, where is that coming from? Bro has Hex. What? Where is that coming from? Of course it has awesome options like Mega Horn. Physical. Shit even has Sucker Punch. Of course Rocks. Sludge Wave. Surf. Thunderbolt. Even a little T-Spikes action, if you know, you know. Like, this guy's a word. It's amazing. It's amazing. I don't know why this shit learns Hex. Nidoking is actually pretty good in Gen 8. I would agree. That's like the only time it was ever actually pretty legit. I had a couple of Gen 6 OU teams with it, but it was never a good Pokemon in Gen 6 OU. At least in my opinion. Maybe I didn't get the matchup I always wanted, but I never thought that Pokemon was that good. But yeah, Chimecho is in second place because the Steel type buff is huge. Recover Steel type. It needs to keep Levitate though. If Chimecho doesn't keep Levitate, I'm telling you right now, consider selling your stock. If Chimecho does not keep Levitate, consider selling your stock. That shit is not going to age well. I'm telling you right now. And then Raichu X. This is the huge power version. All right. Raichu X. This is the all right. This is the attack, huge power, 130 attack. I'm talking big killer. All right, and he's in third place because he's still pure electric and shit. As for Raichu Y, well, Raichu Y needs plus 70 special attack, and even then it's still clicking T-Bolt and Volt Switch, and there's no hidden power or Terra. So I don't know, but this guy has Surf and Grass Knot, so it doesn't actually need, like, it actually has special attacks, even if it's still only a pure electric type. I'm really trying to sell this thing, but it fucking sucks. I mean, it's gonna get plus 100 BST, but you're still pure electric. Why would I use this? They could take the speed to a really high amount. It could go to 150. Then we have something there. Who's the new fastest Mon in the game that's going to be OU? Who is it? Is it Mega Gren? Which is the same speed as Pult. Who's the new fastest guy? Is there anybody at 150? There is, right? Or did I make that up? I guess we'll see. Mega Gren, and we know Zero Aura's coming back. So Zero Aura's at 143. Okay, then Raichu, if it gets a really high speed boost and takes the crown for fastest Mon in OU, the fastest Mon in OU will always have a worthwhile role in the tier. The fastest guy. That's why Zero Aura was so poppin' for so long. Pure electric, but he was the fastest guy, so it wasn't even a question. Anyways, that's my breakdown on the 2 new released megas. If you guys want me to do a stream going over the full XY Dimensions leaked mega list in the next couple days, please do let me know. Leave a comment on the stream letting me know that you want to see that. If there's enough support, I would be more than happy to go live in the next couple days talking about the full list of XY Dimension megas, because we know that that list is probably real, seeing as Chimecho and Bax were listed on there and they're revealed. I'm hype. We're going to get some epic stuff December 10th regardless. Zatur with the DLCs is going to be mind-bending. Y'all thought the Legend of Zatur was going to end? Season 1 is only coming to an end. Wait for megas to drop. It's up. Alright, our DLC megas. Anyways, I'm going to post a video later with Mega Floette. Y'all have a good one. Peace. Oh, next ZA tourney, Saturday, noon Eastern. Saturday, noon Eastern. Alright, so 49 hours from right now. That's the next tournament. I'll see y'all for that.